Rust is easily one of the most difficult survival games available, especially for new players. But this guide will tell you how to get started in Rust as a complete beginner, including picking the right server, starting out on the beach, farming resources, hunting animals, building your first base, researching items, finding blueprints, progression, and other essential skills that you should know as a beginner. I'll take you step by step through each stage of the game and show you some of my tips and tricks that will give you an advantage over other players. By the time you're done watching this video, you'll know everything you need to play this game like a pro. So, if you find this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button below and subscribe to the channel, it helps me a lot. So, you launch the game. The first thing you should do is complete the tutorial. It will give you a good rundown of all the basic mechanics and features, and teach you how to get the resources, craft items, build a base, and more. To start the tutorial, click the play button in the top center. Then select the official servers and softcore game mode. Select the server with the lowest ping. Click connect to server and wait a moment. Next, hit the respawn button in the bottom right corner. Press escape button to open the Rust menu, go to the session section and click on tutorial. This will take you to the tutorial island, where you'll learn all the basics. I don't understand why the developers didn't just make a separate button in the menu for the tutorial, because right now you need another tutorial on how to find the tutorial in Rust. I think that's just stupid. Anyway, the next step is to adjust the most important settings. First, go to the Controls tab and adjust the sensitivity level to a setting that works best for you. Next, go to the Keybinds tab and change the hover loot to the side button on your mouse. This will make your gameplay much easier, because now you can quickly drag any loot to your inventory. And finally, in the Gameplay tab, change the field of view to the maximum value to see more of what's happening at the edges of the screen. Also, I highly recommend watching this video on my channel, where I'm showing the best settings, commands and keybinds in Rust. I'll leave the link to this video in the description below, so be sure to watch it. Now it's time to choose the server where you will play. If you're a complete beginner, I recommend playing on softcore servers or modded servers with at least 2x gather rates and a bi-weekly or monthly wipe schedule. This will speed up and make your game a little easier, and you won't have to worry too much about resources. Plus, you will have a respawn point and the bedding camp or at the outpost. Also, try to avoid servers with more than 200 players online, as it will make it very difficult to find location to build a base. You can also click on the server to read its description. It will commonly tell you the day for the map and blueprint wipe. If you don't know what a wipe is, let me explain. Basically, it's when the server gets a complete reset, meaning your loot, weapons, base and everything else will be gone. The whole point of wipe is to help new players out, since without it, some players or groups can become way too powerful. In general, there are two types of wipes. The first type is called forced wipe, because the update forces a map wipe. Every month, on the first Thursday, there's a Rust update that wipes the map and blueprints on all servers. The second type is done by server admins. Each server handles wipes differently. Some wipe every week, others every 2 weeks, and most stick to the official monthly wipe. You can use the filter on the left to select the wipe schedule that works best for you. To put it simply, it's better not to start playing on Wednesday. That way, you won't lose all your progress and loot the next day after the wipe. Now that you picked the server and spawned on the beach, the first thing you need to do is look at the bottom right of your screen. Here you'll see your heads-up display. It shows your health, thirst and hunger. The higher these indicators, the better for you. Health shows how much damage you can survive. It can be restored by eating food, using bandages, syringes or other meds. If you let your food or water drop to zero, you will slowly start to lose health and you won't be able to run fast. And the same thing will happen if you get too much radiation. By the way, you can get rid of radiation by taking anti-rad pills, drinking water or diving into the water. To open your inventory, you can press the button shown on the screen, depending on your platform. You will always spawn with a rock that you can use to gather resources, barrels, animals or fight other nakeds, and a torch that you can use to navigate at night. If you click on the crafting button, it will take you to the crafting menu. Here you will find all the items you can craft, divided into different categories. At the beginning of survival, you will only have access to the most basic and primitive items, but as you progress, you will unlock new items. After all this introduction, let's start playing Rust already. First, while you're at the beach, look around. If there are other players lying on the ground, just go and harvest their bodies, and you will get bones from them. Just collect 30 bone fragments and make yourself a bone knife. Using this weapon, you can run and hit other players at the same time, which is not possible if you're using a rock. If there are no players nearby, you need to farm 300 wood to craft a spear, so you can defend yourself. Hitting the red X will give you more resources per hit and speed up the process. The same goes for mining ore. Aim for the shiny part, and it will make farming resources faster. Now, open the map. Before you start gathering loot, choose a place where you want to build a base. If you start collecting a lot of loot as soon as you respawn, there is a good chance you'll lose it, because you don't have a base yet. If you don't know how to choose where to build a base, let me help you. As you can see, we have 5 biomes: summer, desert, winter, jungle, and ocean. They can also be divided into 3 tiers. Tier 3 is a winter biome, because most Tier 3 monuments are located here, including launch site, Arctic base, and other high-tier monuments. Also, clans often choose the winter biome, because it has more sulfur here. Tier 2 is any biome that's located far from the beach, a little deeper into the map. Here you can play comfortably, especially if there is a road and a monument with a recycler nearby. And finally, Tier 1, next to the beach, with low-tier monuments without radiation, such as gas stations, warehouses, harbors, and junkyards. Because of the respawn zone, there is constant chaos in this area due to its high population of players, so it's best to avoid this location if you don't want to find other nakeds. Based on all that has been said, here are some good places to build a base. Now, mark that spot on the map and use the compass at the top of the screen to navigate there. If you come across any form of vehicle along the way, be sure to use it. This includes horses, trains, bicycles, motorcycles, or air balloons. This will speed up and secure your journey. Some vehicles require low-grade fuel, which you can get by hunting animals. You need to put it in a special tank on the vehicle before you can use it. Along the way, collect only the most necessary supplies, such as wood, stone, cloth, berries, and food. And craft some essential items, such as a bow, arrows, a stone axe and a pickaxe, a sleeping bag, several bandages, a building plan, a hammer, a TC, a double wooden door, and 2 locks. If you are attacked by an animal like a boar or a bear, place a high foundation using the building plan and run around it while shooting the animal. This will help you avoid damage and easily get resources from this animal. By the way, to get more resources, you need to farm animals with a pickaxe or a bow knife instead of an axe. Try to avoid bots that are standing near the road and other players. You won't be able to get rid of them just by building a foundation, so you'll have to fight them or run away. If you are lucky enough to find something valuable, like a weapon or a lot of components, immediately hide this loot in a small stash, or place a shelter and mark it on the map, so you can pick this loot up later. Also, don't forget to throw a sleeping bag near your shelter to secure a spawn point. If you are placing multiple bags, make sure it's blue and not orange, to avoid overlapping the 5-minute bag timers. Well, I hope everything went well, and you reached the place you marked on the map before. Now look around and find an open area where you can build your base, ideally without other bases nearby. Because the worst thing that could happen to you is you get a brain-dead neighbor who will sit under your base 24/7 with a double barrel. Once you have found such a place, build a foundation, enclose it with walls and a ceiling, upgrade everything into stone or wood, put a double door in place, and don't forget about TC and locks. Now you're safe. Next, you can use this guide on my channel to expand and improve your base, or build any base from this playlist. I'll put links to all the guides in the description below, where you will find a lot of useful information that will make the game much easier for you. The next step is to make the furnace as quickly as possible and start melting metal to craft a metal door. If you don't have a furnace yet, you can melt empty cans in a campfire to get some metal. This will help you install a metal door faster to increase the protection of your base. Once your base is all stone and you've got metal doors, you can go searching for components, blueprint fragments, keycards and fuses. First, you need components and scrap to craft the first workbench. You can get them by farming barrels and crates in the trash piles near the road. It's also a great idea to farm primitive monuments without radiation to get a green card and a fuse. Check out this video to learn all the locations of the keycards on all the monuments in Rust. This will be very helpful for you. To speed up the process, use the recycler on the monuments and recycle all unnecessary components to get even more scrap and other resources. Keep in mind that the recycler in the safe zone will give you less loot, while the recycler at open monuments will give you more, but it's more dangerous. The next step is to place the first workbench inside your base and research weapons and ammo first, followed by everything else you think you need. As soon as you get a weapon, be sure to check out this video on my channel, so you don't lose any PvP. In this guide, I explain all the PvP mechanics in detail. But if I had to highlight the most important thing, it would be that your aim doesn't play the main role, but rather your positioning. You should always take your enemies by surprise and shoot first, then you will have the advantage, even if you miss the half the magazine. Now that you have some guns and know how to defend yourself, you need to farm wood, stone, metal and sulfur to expand your base, craft ammunition, more weapons and other items. If you don't want to farm, you can trade items in safe zones using vending machines, or buy some items or resources from other players, which is very convenient. So be sure to check the vending machines on the map from time to time, as sometimes you might find some pretty interesting deals here. Next, all you have to do is keep progressing. Head to Tier 1 or Tier 2 monuments for blue cards and blueprint fragments. A small or large port or the dome is best for this, as there is no radiation there. Or you can go to the satellite dish, sewer branch or water treatment. However, be careful, if there's radiation on the monument, it means you cannot go there, and you need to wait 5 or 10 minutes. Once you have 5 blueprints, make a second workbench and repeat the same steps as with the first one. Research all items, weapons, mats and clothes you need. If you don't have enough scrap, farm roads and monuments, recycle unnecessary components into scrap, research everything you need, craft new weapons and equipment, and so on. If you've made it this far, you're already doing great, because it's very difficult even for experienced players. After all, in Rust, there's no winning, just maintaining survival. On that note, that's enough for today. I won't move on to Tier 3, because you don't have enough experience yet, and that will require a separate guide. But even after watching this video, you should have a solid foundation to start playing from. Also, be sure to watch all the videos I leave in the description to gain even more knowledge about the game. And if this video helped you and you learned something new, please hit that like button below and write a comment, so more people can see it. And if you want to learn even more about Rust, then in this video I'm breaking down 5 specific tips for every biome in Rust. These tips will actually make a difference in your game.